So, guys, when Chase gave me a call and asked me to talk to you guys about a couple different things, one of the things that's kind of hard about this business sometimes is depending on where you came from, what profession you came from, what background you have, what other IMOs you may have been at. A lot of things seem to escape us, and that's how do you get started? What does it take to be the best? How do you portray yourself to your clients? How do you get them to pick you over all the other people that come into their home or the pieces of mail that get dropped in their mailbox? What separates you from failure and brings you to that level of success that you want to achieve in your life, in your agency, in your family, in business, and with EPIS? So to kind of get started, one of the best things that you can do to kind of get started the right way in this business, and it's to me is the most important thing, guys, you got to commit to buying leads. If you don't have a lead, if you don't have a butt to sit in a seat across the table from you, you have nothing. There is no potential sale. There is no one to help. There is no family to take care of those final expenses or needs. There's nothing. So you've got to commit to buying leads consistently. I can't remember what book I read it in, but there's a great quote that if you keep thinking with a broke mentality, you will forever be broke. So you got to start thinking with a winning mentality and changing the way that you see things. And, it's kind of hard. I've got a wife and 5 kids. Our family life is tough. My wife's still active duty in the military. Finances are on my shoulders. Chase says he's putting big responsibility on me. Trust me, he's putting no pressure on me that my wife isn't doing on a daily basis. The moment I walk in the door and she looks into my face and says, "How'd you do today?" There is no better pressure than putting food on the table. And guys, part of that is adapting that winning attitude, that confidence, kind of like what Lovely talked about earlier. All right. Now, the next thing that you do, how do you build that? Where do you tap into to get those types of behaviors, those attitudes, those concepts? And guys, while I have a great educational background with my degrees and all that great stuff, I've been all over the world, taught all over the world, none of that stuff matters more than turning your car into your schoolhouse. All right? You need to commit to educate yourself. What does that mean? It means reading books. If you're not a big book reader, that's fine because guess what? Amazon put out this great app called Audible. You are in your car for countless hours. I don't know how many hours you work from home. Me personally, I like to kind of get out of my backyard a little bit. It puts me a little bit more of a working mode. But you're in your car. Are you listening to radio or are you listening to things that's going to improve your mindset? It's going to improve your attitude. It's going to give you the tools that you need to close your clients. It's going to give you the tools you need to help families. What is it you're doing? And if you reevaluate that and you start making those little small changes in your life, you're going to find that you're going to start increasing in knowledge, increasing in understanding, increasing in ability to better educate your client, to better educate yourself, but more importantly, to better protect those families out there and take care of your family. The next thing that you can do to kind of get started the right way, guys, reach out to your mentors. Who got you in this business? Who's the one that talked you into leaving wherever you were or whatever you were doing to come here? Why did you come? What is their story? What is your story? Are you having daily contact with them? Are you tapping into them? Are you asking them before you make big purchases? Now, I'm not saying that you need to go ask someone what I need to do, but, sometimes people that are out there that are top producers, guys, it's just like being a parent. We do things, at least I know I have, where I royally screwed up. The best gift I can give my children is to give them guidance to keep them from making my same mistake. Why make mistakes that other people have made when they can help you not make them to begin with? And that's what your mentors are for. Reach out to them. They're going to be a great asset and tool in not only your success. Because, guys, one of my mentality is several people are responsible for your ultimate success, but only you are responsible for your failures. No one is to blame but yourself. What are you doing to ensure your success? Who are you reaching out to? Who are you talking to? What do you spend your time doing? All right? Now, guys, what does it take to be a top producer? Well, the number one mistake that I see out there in any type of commission sales is that they look at this as, oh, it's my own schedule. I can do what I want, when I want, how I want, and like I want. Well, here's the problem with that. That's a broke mentality. What are you escaping? You need to establish this career as a job. You need to create a schedule. You need to stick to schedules. Because, guys, let me tell you something. When you have a schedule and a time to be somewhere, to do something, it is much more difficult to come up with an excuse not to do it. When you don't have a schedule, when you don't have a place to be and don't have a reason to do it, it becomes extremely easy to have excuses. And guys, there's this little thing about success. You know, many people spend hours planning, thinking. Well, guys, success doesn't start with thinking. It starts with taking that first step. It starts with actually action. Action leads to success. All right? What do your schedules need to look like? What days are you running appointments? What days are you going to do door knocks? What is your work ethic? How hard are you working? What are your goals? What goals have you established? Short term, long term. How do you get there? Guys, you know, one of the things that I do, I don't spend a lot of time on planning and thinking. What I do is every night before I go to bed, it's a great thing by Brian Tracy. One of the things that you'll hear me over the time that we all get to know each other is that I'm a very avid reader. I'm a very avid admirer of people who are successful and tapping into that wealth of knowledge to help get me where I need to be for my family and for my business. But guys, when I go to bed, I write down, or basically every morning I wake up, I write down my goals for that day. That goal for the week, that goal for the month. I use a Moleskine calendar planner. It's a phenomenal one. And then at night before I go to bed, you know, I review it. Did I achieve these goals? Why didn't I achieve these goals? What do I need to do to improve this area of my life? And I do that on a consistent daily basis. And by doing that, it makes me aware of my successes and failures, but it also allows me to have designated time to spend on those things so that I don't waste time planning throughout the rest of the day. All right? The next thing that you need to figure out is, what is your why? You know, I think one thing that Chase said is that he could tell I'm a Simon Sinek fan, and I am. You know, we always talk about with a client closing that sale is, why do they need to buy? People don't buy what you have to sell. They buy why you do it. Well, why are you doing this job? Why are you an insurance agent? Why do you want to protect and help these families? Hopefully one of these days I'll get to kind of go over my personal story on leaving the corporate world and research and educational world to come do this. But it's because there's a very impactful and powerful why I do it. And I share that with my clients. I'm not some fake person when I walk in their door. I'm a real person. I don't dress in a three-down button suit with ties. I come in there like a normal human being coming to help a fellow human being make a very good decision for their family. What is it that you're there for? Okay? Now, how to be professional with these folks is, guys, Lovely touched on it. First of all, you need to understand your job. Know your products. Know your carriers. Learn health conditions. Utilize the tools that your mentor, EFIS, give you. Cheat sheets that we use in the Ben Bowman's group. You know, learn those things. Read those things. Utilize the group chat. It's an invaluable tool resource. And, guys, I can tell you, coming from other IMOs, there is no other IMO that gives a damn about helping agents the way that we do. And guess what? All of us, you know, I hopefully you guys have seen me in there a lot, Josh Day in there a lot. You see folks, Tom Simpkins, a bunch of these guys. I've never met them, but I know them. Why? Because of group chat. We're in there helping fellow agents. And guess what, guys? We are not financially motivated to do anything. I don't get a single dime for the people that I help on there. But by being a part of that group, not only do you learn and grow from the greatest and best out there, but, guys, it's an opportunity to tap into those folks daily to see what their level of thinking is, how they approach a client, how they approach a case and scenario. So, again, utilize the tools that are at your disposal, all right? Now, the next thing is to understand how we're different from our competitors. You know, we don't spend millions and millions of dollars marketing on TV or doing these nonsense ads that these companies do. They do that because they're trying to entice a customer to choose them. What we spend our money on is getting our butt at their table. We care about protecting families, not looking good on TV. All right. So understand how we market, what we market, and you know what Chase talked about last Wednesday's call on the 1st of March was phenomenal. I talk a lot about the different carriers that are some of our bigger competitors out there. I encourage you to go into the EFIS University, tap into that call, listen to it, play it over and over and over to kind of learn more about that so you can be much better at explaining to your customers and understanding how to read a policy to help them with that. Now, guys, the last little part of my talk here that I want to give you guys, I'm going to give you a couple of quotes here. I wish I could take responsibility for coming up with this stuff, but again, these are some books that I have read and listened to in Audible in my car, and it's how to produce consistently on a high level, how to achieve those results like Chase was talking about on that leaderboard, and these guys that are consistently, and gals, what they're doing out there to be successful. And I want you to understand, guys, it's not the big things, okay? And this is from Jeff Olson, a great book called The Slight Edge. He says, the truth is what you do matters. What you do today matters. What you do every day matters. Successful people just do the things that seem to make no difference in the act of doing them, and they do them over and over and over until the compound effect kicks in. And then Dan Hardy, where Jeff Olson kind of got that ideas from the Compound Effect book, says it's not the big things that add up in the end, it's the hundreds, thousands, or millions of little things that separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. All right? Again, Darren Hardy. Now, I'm going to leave you with the idea of luck. You know, a lot of times the worst enemy of a salesperson, of a commissioned salesperson, the worst enemy of anyone out there in the world, no matter what it is, obstacle that they're facing, is themselves. All right? Many times we like to fool ourselves into believing that some guys just got better luck than we do. Well, Dan Hardy in the Compound Effect book gives a really lovely formula for what luck really means. All right? So the complete formula for getting lucky: preparation plus attitude plus opportunity plus action equal luck. So for preparation, that's your personal growth, guys. Your attitude, that's your belief set, your beliefs, your mindset. The opportunity is knowing when a good thing is coming your way, knowing how to capitalize on those things. And then the most important part, because you can't get to luck without it, is action, doing something about it. What are you doing to create that success? Because luck isn't just something you trip upon. Luck is something that happens because doing the small things consistently over time, guys. Consistency, time equals success. And I hope to be out there with you guys, joining you on that field of success. Chase, that's it.